Let me find where this thing is. 2025 goals. I don't I don't know how to do this video right now, bro. So 2025 is coming to an end very soon, and I wanted to talk about my goals that I had for this year per 2024 me and see if I lived up to any of those. Probably not. But let's just see. And I also want to do a preview into next year and just kind of base it off of how this year went for me and just the vibes in general that I'm looking for in 2026. So I based this off my Pinterest board that I had, and this is from my little journal. I had what I would like to do in 2025, but won't beat myself up about it. First is go on a date or two. That definitely did not happen. Solo dates, yes, but dates with other people, no. And honestly, looking back over the year, I genuinely was not in the right mental headspace to be in cahoots with anybody. It was just such a really tough year for me mentally. And things was just too up and down this year. I honestly no, it probably would have just made everything worse. So this was a flop, but I'm not even gonna beat myself up too much about it because it's also really hard. I know it's my fault as well. Like it's 70% me, 30% like other factors because I don't put myself out there. I don't really go out much. I don't put myself in spaces to meet new people or anything. But like I'll go to like coffee shops or even if I'm like hanging out with friends, we'll go to like restaurants or go, other places. And even then, like it's just I don't know. That might be a conversation for another day, but it's just kind of odd right now. Like dating nowadays, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but it just seems kind of impossible to do. I don't know, but that didn't happen. Next, I had read more because I barely read last year, which I will say this year I did read a lot more than I expected to. I read 3 books. I'm currently reading a fourth, and they're all in the Percy Jackson Olympians book series, which um I started reading it mainly because I wanted to get into like the show. I started watching the show and I was like, I kind of vaguely remember the first part, like the Lightning Thief. Obviously, like I watched the movie, and then when I was younger, I read the book halfway, but then like my dog peed on that book, and I was like, I don't want to read this anymore. So I ended up getting the book. I read it this year along with Sea of Monsters, and then what was the last book? I already forgot. Oh, fake fan. But I'm currently on the fourth book, which I believe is a Battle of Labyrinth, which I've been struggling hard to finish it for some reason. I've just also been really busy with other things. So hopefully during Christmas break, I'm able to wind down and finish that book because I do kind of want to take a break from the demigods and get into another book series. But I'll get more into that a little bit later. Travel a little bit. I did travel. We went to France. My mom and I went to France to go see family and to also just hang out and be around. It's been like a hot minute since the last time we were in France or Paris in general. So it was really nice. Had a lot of fun. And then I went to Atlanta, which was another thing on my list. Atlanta United is a team that I love so dearly, even though they had the worst season I've ever seen this year. I went to one of their games on my birthday. Luckily, they won. And so that was fun. And then we went somewhere else. I don't even know if this counts. We went to Dallas or Arlington to go see the US play against Haiti. That was really fun. But I don't really know if I guess that counts as a new city. I've never been to Dallas before, but I definitely want to go again because we literally drove for the game and then came back like right after. So it wasn't really much of an experience. So hopefully next year I'm able to like go over there. The drive is kind of terrible, but um it's doable. Next, I had keep my space neat and clean, which I think the motto, like, or the quote, messy space, messy mind, really like dug into my brain this year because I kind of was like, if I'm gonna be like mentally unwell, I should at least have a clean space so that I don't feel as terrible, which I think that helped me out a lot. Like every now and then I'd be like, your room is like a complete mess. We should probably do something about it. And it honestly takes not much. As long as you put some music on or like a good podcast on and you just start organizing and cleaning things, it really doesn't take as long as like you think it is, or it's not as much work as you would think. So I will say I did a better job at keeping my area and spaces clean. Because again, whenever things start just piling up, I genuinely start feeling like insane. So that was accomplished. Next, I had to find a new job. The job I was working at whenever I wrote this was very stressful, not the best. I did end up quitting right when I got back to the States because I was already away for a month anyway. So I was like, I don't really feel like coming back to a job that stressed me out and I really hated. Like, why would I have a month break from that and then come back? Like, I just didn't want to do that. And I did find another job, but it just wasn't the best as well. Like, I barely got any hours. It was really hard working there as well. So it was just not like job searching this year was just kind of a flop. But at the end of the day, like, I'm doing pretty okay now, relatively, like, financial wise. So I'm not really too worried about it. Plus, I'm working on something and hopefully next year that can get me to like a better position and a better job. So I won't really stress out too much about it. Like, I did find a new job, yes, but it really wasn't what I was expecting. I had healthy habits, eat clean, cook more, less sweets, less soda, da 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 da. This is hot and cold. I think towards the beginning, maybe middle of the year, even going to summer, I did do pretty well with this. But after like my like semi mental breakdown, like July, August-ish, I kind of was like, I don't really care anymore about anything. So I stopped working out. I stopped really caring about what I was eating. Not to say I was eating like junk. Like, I don't like to eat like junk food or anything. Like, I'm not really that person, but like a lot of candies, a lot of sweet treats, a lot of sodas, Sprites and everything. Yeah, I was downing those heavy. So I will say, that was something that in the beginning I was doing pretty well, but obviously like just I don't know, mentally and just also just like the vibes in general, especially like seasonal depression, I think really kind of took a toll on me. So I will say it was kind of like a flop and an accomplishment, but yeah, I need to work on that next year. I had quiet time, less screen time, more praying, reading Bible, resting. This was kind of the same, 50-50. I had my moments where I did better than others, but I will say this year, I think I did get a lot closer with God, and I think with my faith in general. Just the fact that like I'm still here, you know, even if certain things don't look like they're turning out the best for me, like the situation or whatever, I'm still here and I'm a lot more blessed than a lot of other people in this country, even in this world. So those are like the little things that kind of keep me going and kind of keep me like, okay, maybe I can get through this life, you know, because it's been really rough this year for more reasons than one. So yeah, quiet time, I did try my best to incorporate that, but again, as the years like winding down, I kind of have just been not caring about certain things, which I'm actually trying to get back into like reading and just not like being away from my phone and all that, because I realized like that this thing right here, yeah, you don't realize how addicting it is until like you're away from it for like, even if it's 10 minutes. I had more positivity. That didn't happen. Next, growing in faith. I did say I did grow a little bit in my faith. I think now, I kind of maybe set the foundation of my faith this year, and then now I just am looking to grow more into that next year. Build my photography portfolio. I did do that, but I think I will not be doing that anymore. So I live in Houston now, lived here for a year, which is crazy. This has honestly been the craziest year of my, like the craziest year ever has, like the moment I moved to Houston, I don't think anything has been normal for me. But I did take pictures at MLS Next Pro for the Houston Dynamo 2, their second team. And it was fun, but it also kind of reminded me that I don't really miss certain aspects of like working in sports. Like, I worked in sports 2023. I worked for a semi-pro team, and having the equipment, having expensive equipment, taking pictures, then right after you're having to edit, and then people think that you're superhuman and that you're just able to edit pictures right out the gate and everything. Like, I didn't miss that at all. And I think later on, like towards the end, near the end of the season, was when I kind of realized I don't think I want to do this anymore. And not to say like I still love photography. I still love taking pictures and everything, but I don't think I will be taking pictures next year. I'll also be a lot more busy next year. This year I was more like jobless, wasn't really working that much. So that's why I was able to, do all that. But I think next year, I'm just going to not do that anymore. I'll still go to the games and support the players, but I don't think I'll be whipping out my camera anytime soon. Yeah, no. And then that's all I got. So yeah. Oh, I also said make more friends / communicate with friends from college. This kind of was iffy. I have 2 friends that I already had living here in Texas, so that's also another reason why it's not as bad living here, because I'm just gonna admit it. I don't think Houston is kind of, if you're not like well prepared for this city mentally, financially, physically, whatever, this is a really hard city to live in. Like there's so many people, it's so overpopulated, and it's just also so expensive. But I will say the one thing, and mentally draining. But the one thing that has kind of kept me going is just the fact that I'm currently doing something that's going to take me, like, God willing, to like a higher, better place in my life. And also because I have friends that live here already, and every now and then I go see them and hang out with them, and literally it makes life worth living. So yeah, those 2 things for sure are kind of the only things that are keeping me going. But yeah, so let's get into what I have planned for next year. So I have no social media for the first 30 days of the year, basically deleting all the apps in January. And honestly, depending on how I feel, I might even just extend that. This year, I kind of realized I'm so tired of hearing other people's opinions. I'm tired of seeing other people's opinions. And I know it's hypocritical of me to say, because I do post on social media quite a bit. I tweet a lot. I post a lot on TikTok and all that, but I kind of just am tired of seeing other people's opinion. I'm just tired, like, especially the past couple weeks, or just the past week. My TikTok, for some reason, I don't want to say it's booming, because it really isn't, but it's just kind of like, I'm getting comments and I'm just kind of like, I don't care about what you guys have to say. Like sometimes there are some comments I'm like, I just don't care. And it's like, I know everyone is free to comment under my TikTok. I really don't care. Like there's one TikTok I made in particular where I said that I didn't want a certain team to play, and all their fans came into my comments saying like, oh, the score that they won, or posting a picture. Like I don't really care about any of that. It's just kind of like, why do you go out of your way and take the time to comment under, like, why are you trolling, So yeah, I'm just kind of over social media. I'm tired of like seeing other people's things. Like I don't like the whole thing, because I feel like I compare myself to other people, and I'm just not happy. Like I'm not really happy with where I am in life right now, and I feel like seeing other people's success, I'm internalizing that, and it's kind of like jealousy in a way. So I just don't want to be that person. I don't want to be hateful or negative. Like I like whenever people are succeeding and having good things happen to them, because I'm like, I want that to happen to me too, but I'm kind of like, why not me? So I don't really want to be like that person. I don't want to be evil or anything. So yeah, I definitely think I'm due for a social media break. January might not be the only month where I do it, if it does extend. Yeah, but I think it's just also a great idea to just start off the year without any noise. Like this year, especially on Twitter is not what it used to be. Okay, Twitter is not what it used to be. There's just so many more trolls, so many more accounts, so many more things that are being pushed out, if you know what I mean. And I'm just kind of like, I don't want to see any of this. I really don't. And again, I'm kind of over hearing other people's opinions. I'm just over it. Like I really don't care anymore. So I definitely will be looking forward to deleting all these apps in January. And God only knows when I'll decide to come back to social media. Next, I have learn or relearn a language and stick with it. I've been really bad with languages lately, and I love learning languages. I love it so much, but I just kind of been out of it. I kind of went back into learning French this year, mainly because I was going to France and I wanted to review. And it wasn't until I got there that I realized I don't know anything. Like, I knew barely just enough to get around. Like, I want to actually be able to do more than that, like hold conversations, like genuine conversations with people. So I'm just trying to figure out which language I want to do that with, if it's Spanish or if it's French or if it's just finding another language altogether. I'm not sure, but I kind of feel like if I do, like, I do want to perfect my Spanish or my French, get better at them. But I'm kind of like, I don't know why that's the case, but debating on if I want to get Mango again, which Mango was actually really helpful for me whenever I was learning Spanish, genuinely learning Spanish, but I fell out of it after certain things happen. But I think I might get into that again. I think it was like $8 a month, but you get a lot for $8. I'm not even gonna hold you. So I'm either thinking about that or just learning the language by songs. Like, I love a good Bad Bunny song and like translate it. Where's my iPad? I don't think it's anywhere around. But I literally would write the song, the lyrics, and then like have the translations. Like, it's the whole thing. So it's either I do it that way or by Mango. Regardless, I do want to learn a language, and we'll see how I want to do it by. So yeah. Next, I have Read More. So I did say that I wanted to finish the Percy Jackson series, but I think I'm gonna take a break on that after I finish the Battle of Labyrinth, because I want something new. Again, I love the demigods. I love those kiddos, but I think I just want something new. Plus, I think I'm way far ahead. They just came out with season 2, so I think I'm okay for a couple months to, take a break from them before I finish the series. So I wanted to get into another series called the Shadow and Bone Trilogy, which I spoke to my friend about it. She's like a book nerd down, like, she said there's like a little bit of romance in it, I think, and I don't particularly like romance, so I don't know how I feel about it, but it is something I want to look into. As for books, I think I'm more interested in reading series rather than like standalone books. Maybe I shouldn't be that type of person, especially if I'm not like a genuine, like, real reader. But I do want to get into that. It's only 3 books, so I think I'm gonna get into that next year. And then after that, we'll see if I get back into Percy Jackson to finish those books. Next, I have Girl, Get That Gym Membership. So I didn't go to the gym at all this year, and I think the main reason why was because it's just so expensive. But there is a gym that isn't too far from where I am, like from where I live, and I was like, I think I'm gonna just have to get over myself and get back into the gym. I have been so unhappy with my body this year, and I know, like, body image and everything, like, love yourself regardless, but unfortunately, I'm not the type of person that cares about what I look like physically. So I kind of just let myself go completely this year. I did do like YouTube workouts and everything, but it's just, my room is just too small. I hate working out in my room, and it got to a point where I was like, I need actual space. I genuinely, as much as I don't like, I kind of do have a fear of the gym because, like, I'm not really a gym girly, but I kind of do miss getting on a Stairmaster or walking on a treadmill or like using the weights and everything. I really do miss that low key. So I definitely think I'm just gonna have to get over myself next year and just get that gym membership. I'm not saying like, I'm not a bad size or anything. I don't even know if I've gained or lost weight this year, but just like physically, I just don't like the way I look, and that's fine. So that's it with that, body stuff, healthy thingy. Next, I have consistent self and health care, obviously skincare, hair care, healthy eating, less screen time, more quiet time. And then to go along with that, create and maintain healthy habits. I literally already said that. Why did I write that twice? Anyways, I have visit at least 2 new cities. So I have Chicago and California. California might be a little out of budget low-key because next year is going to be kind of crazy. There's already the World Cup happening, and my family and I are planning on going to a game to one of the Haiti games. And that in itself, like, the tickets already are crazy. So we are just praying that we at least have tickets for that. And then we need to find a hotel and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna just count that as one of my like traveling more things, even though the cities I've been to, the cities that they're playing in, I've been to already. So it doesn't really count, but I'm still gonna count that. I have Chicago. I don't know if I'll actually be able to go next year. If I were to go, I would say maybe towards the end of the year, like a September, October-ish, because I don't really know. Like, I don't want to make plans yet, because again, certain things are going to be happening next year that like I kind of need to wait to see how that like those plans fall first, and then I'll do that, work around it. But yeah, if I can't visit at least two new cities, I do definitely want to visit one, which is Chicago, or I can just make my way back up to Dallas next year and actually explore the city, not just go for a game and come back home right after. I have a lot of other random things that I just am not gonna get into. And last, I just want to live in peace and or towards peace. I don't want to worry about things that I don't have any control of. I think this year showed me that like there are things that are gonna happen that you just will never understand why they happen. Or you don't understand why people do the things that they do. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like there really isn't for the most part. Like I think next year I'm definitely going to just worry about myself. Not to say that I'm gonna be selfish and not care about anyone else, but I think I have an issue with carrying other people's problems and like having it lashed onto me when like I can't live like that. I can't live for myself and I can't live for someone else either. Like if someone else doesn't want to do something or someone else wants to continue living a certain type of way, I can't do anything about that. So that's definitely something I need to work on next year, is to just focus on myself. I have my own life to live. I haven't even lived life yet, in my opinion. Like I had like cute little moments here and there, but like I have so much life to live, God willing. I don't have time to be like letting people or things stress me out, especially under this administration. Like it's just, life is just too precious right now. And so I really just don't have time to be like bothered or worry about anything or anybody. So yeah, that's basically my goals for next year. I think this year kind of just disappointment everywhere. I did have some pretty nice moments. I went to France. I got to meet two cousins for the very first time I haven't met before. I went to see Beyonce for the first time, my very first concert. I went to many games here. I got to, take pictures at soccer games, connect with people and all that good stuff. But those kind of don't really shadow how kind of mentally draining this year was. It was really hard for me. So I think next year I'm just going to focus on what's in front of me. Focus on what's in front of me and just take it day by day. And again, just try and live in peace, because that is something that I did not have this year, and having peace can be probably the best thing ever. So that is all for this video. I'm definitely not going to make this added on to my other video, if I even make that. So I'm just gonna leave it here, whoever watches this. Thanks for watching. Again, I hope to do at least something else before the year ends, because I do kind of want to, I will be preparing for next year, just not in a way that everyone else is gonna be doing or has been doing right now. So yeah, but that's all I have for the video. See you guys in the next one.